Hey guys, what's up? It's Ross Walters from chromaticlessons.com, and I want to talk a little bit about improvising in the key of G on a C chromatic harmonica. I want to demonstrate something. This is a C diatonic, and here's a C standard tuned 12-hole C chromatic. So watch this, and play phrases on both instruments. Anyway, exact same breathing patterns to play all that stuff. So, the thing that's going on is we have, you know that the chromatic is tuned quite a bit different than the diatonic harmonica, and a lot of blues players will get a chromatic and be completely mystified by it, totally baffled. That's why I'm here. Hopefully I can help you. And there's a section of both harmonicas that's tuned exactly the same. That's why all that stuff worked. And I want to encourage you that when it comes to the key of G, a lot of the cross harp stuff that you do on the diatonic, you can bring over a lot of the same breathing patterns. The big difference is that we have to play G as a blow note on the chromatic, always as a blow note. We're used to that draw, hole number 2 draw, but you can't do that on the chromatic. But the holes above it respond the same as far as the breathing patterns. The reason being, starting on hole number 4 of your diatonic, you've got a C major scale. Same exact breathing pattern over here. Starting on hole number 5 on the chromatic. So there's that section in the middle of the harmonica where it's tuned the same, and you could bring over your cross harp stuff, some of it. I really want to get to the topic of bending notes in this key. And I want to show you something. Again, I'm going to play phrases back and forth. It's weird. Anyway, there's no question that you can bend notes on the chromatic harmonica. When you start playing chromatic, it freaks the blues players out because the reeds are responding differently and they feel different. And so a lot of the stuff we do on diatonic, where we're like really putting a lot of throat vibrato on the sound and just bending the heck out of the notes. Like if you put that much air and intensity into the bend on the chromatic, it's not going to work. So you got to back off on whatever you're doing to bend notes on the diatonic. You got to kind of dial it back, and it'll work on the chromatic. Why is this person pulling up right next to me and I'm talking to a camera? Anyway, I'm going to play some more phrases using the pitch bend on both of these instruments. So, right, I did that one. So when it comes to bending notes on the chromatic, I have not thought about using the pitch bend notes to create lines, but more like, hey, so I'm playing a B and I'll play the third of the chord and I'll put a little bend on it, just approaching the phrase, or I'll put a bend on the fifth. So this whole concept of using the bent pitches to get the missing notes. There are no missing notes on the chromatic. It's not like the blues harp where you have to bend the pitches to get those notes. We have the option of the slide, and so most of the time I'm just using the slide, but this is something I've been exploring recently. Like, I can create lines with bent pitches. So let me give you an example. Like, I can bend the B down to a B flat. That's a B flat. Here's a straight B flat with the slide. Here's the bent one. That's a B bent down. Right? I can actually bend that B note down to an A, a whole step. So anyway, using the slide, just playing it straight, I would typically play, right? But I can use pitch bend. I'm not super great at creating lines yet with it, but it's interesting. I have one line that I like to play. I play that quite a bit. It's moving up chromatically from the minor third up to the fifth, up to the flat 7 and down the blues scale. But I could play it without the slide. Just like I play it here. So, it's an option. You can play those notes both ways, and I just want to put this out there that the key of G is a good place to start for blues players to explore bending on the chromatic, because we're used to it. We're used to hole number 4 draw and hole number 3 draw and creating so we bring that over, everything moves up a whole number. Anyway, let me point out that you can bend not only the third and the fifth, but the flatted 7. You can bend the F down to an E. And I might typically play with the slide, but you can play it with the bend. And even up in that second octave from there, I have less control. I'm not used to it. Anyway, something I'm working on, but something that I don't know how much I would actually use, because I kind of like the sound of the chromatic and the pitch accuracy of using the slide. So typically I will use the bending thing as more of a expressive device rather than trying to get missing pitches. I will say that. But I wanted to put this out there. Bending notes on the chromatic, it's possible. And it's another layer of expression. Check this out. You can bend double stops, 2 notes at a time. move up a hole. It's weird. It's weird to me still that you can do that. Anyway, happy harping. I'm continuing to learn new things.